something wild. This little rocker here goes in and out, and it zooms us in and out, but just a little bit.
Okay. If it looks like it.
Right, so what's great TV, what's prime television, is here we are in the middle, we're zoomed all the way out. The play's coming across, we're moving into this court here. I'm gonna push in just a little bit. Now as I pushed in, now I don't have this corner here.
I see.
So if they pass it over into that corner, then I gotta make sure that I'm moving all the way over there to get it and follow it. But then, oh, it's a play break, it's the other team. I'm coming back all the way wide here, crossing across. Here we are now, we're coming into this side. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. About halfway on that little, you see that little meter there turning?
Oh, yes, I see.
About halfway in. All the more you'd ever need to be zoomed in. But that's just a classy look to be on the turn. Oops. On the turn. Here we are, we're running, we're all the way out. We see the entire court. Here we go. Here we go. I'll go this way so you
Welcome back to Mundelein Seminary here for our semifinal action. As we get going, Deacon Ryan Mao along with Gregory Cleaver, excuse me, from the Diocese of Jefferson City. We're here to bring you this first semifinal round matchup between top-seeded St. Joseph Abbey and Mundelein Seminary. Come on over here, Gregory. Join me. We will have...
We'll get in the wide angle.
Yeah, there you go. We will have Terry Marmion join us shortly. Let's go ahead and pull up the first slide of the play results. Sacred Heart beat St. Joseph Wichita 42-35 in the afternoon session. St. Mary's Conception beat St. Mary's Baltimore 49-39. Mundelein defeated Bishop Brute 46-13. St. Joseph Abbey defeated St. John Vianney 54-49, and St. Francis de Sales defeated the Athenaeum 58-25. The pool play standings are as follows. As the top seed would be St. Joseph Abbey. They are 3-0. Second seed will be Sacred Heart. They are also 3-0. Conception also 3-0. So we have 3 undefeated teams going in here. And Mundelein made it by point differential of 2 points. They finished 2-1, and we'll get those standings updated as we'll get those standings. We'll get those standings updated. We'll show them again in a little bit. We'll go to the bracket now. And St. Joe's comes in as the #1 seed. They are taking on Mundelein right now, and Conception will take on Sacred Heart in the 2-3 matchup at 7:30.
Make sure I'll stay tuned for that. We got the Savagton brothers taking on Sacred Heart. That's going to be a really good game.
Yeah, there you go. And the winners will go on to the championship game tomorrow morning at 11:15. And even those teams that lose tonight, they'll get one more game tomorrow for the third place game at 10 a.m. on Sunday.
We're about to see some great basketball in the next 24 hours. People.
Yep, and I believe we have the updated standings now. So again, St. Joseph's Abbey, they finished first according to the point differential. Second was Sacred Heart. They finished second with a plus 36. Conception plus 30. They are the third seed. Mundelein and St. Francis Sales both finished 2-1, but by virtue of the point differential, Mundelein takes it by 2.
Just barely. You can see how important it was that in the earlier screen when they showed Mundelein's margin of victory over Bishop Brute, it mattered a lot how many points they scored in that game.
Yeah, definitely. And if you watched that game, you could tell at the end they kind of knew exactly how many points they needed at the end.
And both teams were playing for it there. Bishop Brute was really hoping to play spoiler there. I was talking with their players after the game, and they said they were aware of how many points they needed to score, and were gunning for that many points. It was a real nail-biter of a finish.
Yeah, and we'll come back live here as we're getting started here, joined by Deacon Grant Colburn, the Diocese of Rockford. Thanks for joining us, Deacon Grant.
A great diocese out there in kind of northwestern Illinois, is that correct?
West, actually.
West, okay.
West.
Yeah.
Make sure we get that right.
Only about 10 miles away. West.
Great place from what I've heard. It's where you ford the rocks.
There you go.
Rocks, rivers. We have 3 rivers
Beautiful.
that pass through our diocese.
Beautiful.
Great diocese, wonderful people. It's going places.
We're going to announce the starting lineups now for Mundelein Seminary. So we'll start off with St. Joseph's Abbey. Number 4, Thomas Benson will start. Number 13, Joey Pacini. Number 30, Carter Domain. Number 34, Ethan Green. Number 55, Logan Simon. And for Mundelein Seminary, we'll have number 33, Tian Bowie. Number 30, Brother Kevin Menard. Number 25, Anthony Willie. Number 15, Deacon Jared Kleinwachter. And number 12, Simon Stair.
I'm going to be interested to see how Brother Kevin Menard comes out. He did not play in the previous game. He played very long in the game before that, and then did not play at all in the third game of the regular sets.
Yeah, these two teams actually played this morning, and St. Joseph's actually won 49-39. So we'll see in overtime.
In overtime. So that was a very close, hard-fought game, and we got a rematch. You're going to be in for some good basketball today.
Now, I was not here for Brother Kevin's last game. So what exactly happened to him that caused him to sit out this game?
That is the great mystery. We don't know.
Okay.
He just was not playing. He was not dressed. He was on the sideline giving great encouragement, as only Brother Kevin can. There he is right now. Looks okay, but he was not playing. Guess he just needs some rest. I don't know. He's going to be a very important player if Mundelein wants to stand a chance against an extremely good St. Joseph's Abbey team.
You know, it will be interesting to see how Coach Filipski changes his strategy going in.
That's right.
Now that Brother Kevin is a non-factor.
Well, he's playing yet, so he could be a factor.
Okay.
Deacon Coach Jeff Filipski from the great Diocese of Rockford,
Illinois.
Illinois.
From the great Diocese of Rockford, perhaps he will get in and take a few shots.
He is one of the better athletes here. You never know. Another player we're going to have to be watching out for right there, Carter Domingue. He is a former Division I basketball player, and he is going to be the heart of St. Ben's team from Louisiana. That is a very good basketball team that is really going to be taken to. We're about to be in for some very good basketball right here, folks.
Domain and St. Joe's won it all last year. They actually went undefeated in their first time ever playing in this tournament, and they have not yet lost a game. So there is a little bit of pressure there when you are not losing.
Yeah.
So a correction for our viewers, it looks like Brother Kevin is on the court.
So he's back. He's off the disabled list, which is good to see.
St. Joe's with the tip, and Domain drives all the way down into the basket, and shot is up and no good.
Quick
Fight
look.
for the ball, won by Brother Kevin, and Mundelein will start their first offensive series here.
The game so far have been pretty physical from what we can tell. Refs are letting them play, which is fun to see.
Willie down low in the post, kicks it back out to Menard to Kleinwachter. Kleinwachter to Stair. Stair holding the ball in the wing. Now goes back up on top to Menard. Menard to Stair. Stair down to Willie. Beautiful pass in for Stair.
Oh, and misses.
Tough miss on the layup there, but he had a good look.
I hate to see that. St. Joe's is playing some very tight defense right there. It took him a while to even find a gap.
Domain down to Green. Green working in the post. He fades away and hits the first shot.
Lovely 2 points right there. That was a very nice shot. Great setup, good completion, and finish with that play.
It looks like the Mundelein student section has moved to the opposite corner of the gym.
Seemed like that was a tactical decision on their part to be most effective on messing with St. Ben's offense.
Seems that way.
Bad miss right there by Brother Kevin on his three-point attempts.
Stair actually stepped on the line out of bounds, and so the ball will go back to St. Joe's.
If you're wondering why the names seem confusing, it is St. Joseph's Abbey in St. Benedict, Louisiana. So you'll hear them referred to as both St. Joe's and St. Ben's. We're just as confused as you are.
Domain underneath, he gets hit as and the basket is good.
Is that going to be an and one? And one. All right. Gets a free look. Strong opening for St. Joe's right here. They came out strong in the previous game as well, and Mundelein was playing catch-up the entire time.
And it looks like Coach Filipski has removed his suit coat.
Free throw short, and the rebound goes to Willie for Mundelein.
This game's getting pretty serious, though.
It is, and we're only 3 minutes in.
Dang. It's good basketball. Oh, glorious steal right there.
Good defense by Benson.
with the breakaway, and he is not missing that at all. Puts her away.
4 points now for Domain, and St. Joseph's up 6-0.
Mundelein trying to slow down pace of play a little bit, catch their breath, and see what they can make happen right here.
Menard with the bank.
Very nice bank shot.
Opens the scoring for Mundelein. It's now 6-2.
Good little set play right there.
And a steal by Stair all the way to Bowie. Bowie, little mishandle of the ball.
But they kept possession, which was nice.
Lay it up and in by
Aggressive.
Menard with 4 points now, and he's brought them back to within 2.
He's looking pretty healthy right now.
It looks like Tien Bowie has swapped out his neon orange t-shirt for a baby blue t-shirt. That will have less of an effect on the opponent's retinas.
Actually helps him conceal a little bit when he's making plays. You know, you don't want to get caught in the peripheral vision.
Three-pointer attempt by Benson is no good, and the rebound goes to Willie.
It's those little things that help bring home the
details.
wins.
It's the details. Especially now that we're in the playoffs, it's
the
details that matter.
That's right.
He's no longer messing around here.
Bowie
had a
takes
nice
the
lane.
drive in, and bank is no good. He catches his own rebound, reverse layup, no. Menard sets the offense. Kleinwachter with the ball up to Tien Bowie. Bowie at the free throw line, no. Passes it to Stair, then to Menard, out to Willie, and he tries to bank it. That shot is no good. Rebound by Green. Simon with the ball now, dribbling out to Domain, right into the post. Beautiful pass underneath, and there's going to be a foul there. As Pacini goes to the floor, Menard trips him, and that'll be his first personal foul.
These are some really hard-earned points here on both sides. This is some stingy defense both teams are playing.
Vicente Cobos coming in for brother Kevin.
All 6 feet and 7 inches of him.
I did not know that. I thought it was closer to 7 feet, but who am I? Inbound pass into Green. Green out to Benson. Benson crosses the court to Simon. Simon up to Domain. Fake on the shot by Benson. He drives in and stopped by Cobos. Simon for 3. That shot rims in and out, and Cobos with the rebound.
Vicente doing what he is on the team to do right there. He rebounds very well.
He has very good hands, very soft hands. Willie for 3. That shot is good.
Absolutely nailed that. If Willie can get on, this Mundelein team's going to be putting up some serious points this half.
Mundelein takes their first lead of the game at 7-6. Green with the shot is no good, and rebound by Cobos. Seems like Mundelein has a little bit different approach to start this game as opposed to the other game. Look a little bit more confident out there.
Yeah, you really like just like the way they're moving the ball, taking their time, and they look very confident in their shots. You're absolutely right about that. They seem completely different with the way they're playing, at least in this opening part.
Bowie takes a long three-pointer that hits off the front of the rim. No good. Rebound by Domain. Domain driving all the way down the lane, and he's going to get a foul here and shoot 2 at the line.
Deacon Jared was absolutely not letting any points happen on that shot right there.
You know what it is? It's that low center of gravity that gives him that advantage.
I'm telling you, I played basketball against that guy. It's dangerous to go up against him.
Foul was on Deacon Jared Kleinwachter, his first. That is the team's 3rd. Domain hits the first of 2 free throws.
Cool as a cucumber in spite of the crowd's best efforts on that shot.
Don't think he's fazed by much, especially if he was a D1 basketball player.
Yep, that is a completely fair point.
Now that is confirmed. He was D1.
Yes, played for the Raging Cajuns from what I can tell.
Did not know that.
Yeah.
He sinks both free throws. He's now got 6 points, and St. Joe's retakes the lead 8-7. Bowie up to the front court now. Drives right down to Willie, loses the ball. Stair put his hand into the lane there, but he's going to pick up the foul, I believe.
Domain seems to be drawing quite a few penalties on these plays. Doing a great job of that.
Yeah. Might be one way to slow him down is to prevent him from actually getting to the basket or getting any kind of momentum.
That would be one way to get him slowed down very quickly. Don't let him take shots.
Cross court to Pacini. Pacini holding the ball, looking, swings it back out to the front. Ball is knocked away from Lang, but he still hangs on to it. Down to Domain, right at the elbow. Swings it out to Pacini. Pacini, pushes off, yeah. And the referee calls an offensive foul. Use that off arm to get some space, and that's going to cost them a foul.
How would you describe the defense that Mundelein's putting up against Domain right now? It looks almost like his zone's going to almost two-man on him.
Yeah, I think it might even be a little bit of a double team when he catches the ball, depending on where he catches the ball. We'll have to take another look when next time he's got the ball and see what they're doing. Josh White now in. Shane Clearthermy's in.
Josh White, keep an eye on him. He's a dead shot three-point shooter. If he has any space at all with a three-point attempt, he will take it and make you suffer for it. He is very good at that.
Foul on the play. Foul is on number 12, Simon Stair. I believe that's his second foul. That's a team's fifth.
It's going to pull Stair off the court, which is kind of a loss for them right there.
He's definitely an energy guy.
He's a playmaker for sure.
Larry Curtis comes in for Simon Stair.
Is that his first foul?
That was the second foul.
Second foul for Stair.
Yeah.
Nice set play there by St. Joe's, but weren't able to come through at the end.
Foley misses that hook shot. He tries again with the floater. That one's also no good. And it's going to roll out of bounds. Be Mundelein basketball.
Up near the broadcast booth. Good thing we had those cones in the way to protect us.
Got to stay safe over here.
Got to stay safe.
We're also using the indoor soccer nets. I think that's also a nice touch.
Yeah, we've got two barriers. The ball has to break through to get to us.
2 inches of American PVC pipe.
2 layers
Keep
of
you safe.
protection.
Shane Cleathermos playing with the ball there and then bringing it out to Josh White.
White trying to look for Menard. Menard fading away from about 18, and he sticks it.
Brother Kevin absolutely loves to do that. That is one of his money shots right there.
9-8. St. Joe's, a three-pointer is no good. That's short. It gets tipped right into the hands of Larry Curtis for the rebound. Curtis with a floater that goes in.
Wow.
Larry Curtis with his first bucket, and Mundelein now leads 11-8 with 9:30 to go until halftime. Rebound is up and no good. And ball's going to go over to Mundelein as Grayson Foley was the last one to touch it for St. Joe's.
Yeah, Foley was trying to drive it in there. It seems like one of Mundelein's big game plans is just shut down the paint. They got some big guys in there seeming to take advantage of it as much as they can.
Menard calling out a play as he dribbles over to the wing and now into the corner, kicks it back out to Curtis. Curtis to Menard. Menard almost loses his footing there. Fakes a shot, goes over to Curtis. Curtis dropping it down low to Jim Bryant, and he eventually gets it. And it looks like Menard's going to go back and reset. Almost loses the ball there.
A lot of bandana representation today on Mundelein's side, with not one but 3 players
Their bandana game is strong.
wearing
today.
headgear.
Menard for 3, in and out. Josh White was there for the rebound, but Bradford for St. Joe's ends up having it. He passes it down to Evan Lang. Lang out to Domain for 3. That rims in and out, and
Man, what a rebound.
Anthony Willie for the rebound.
Good look by St. Joe's there. Fortunate for him that they can't go in, but
Under 8 to go here, 11-8 Mundelein. And entry pass is denied, but it goes right back to brother Kevin. Willie now with the ball, holding it high above his head, and out, and a turnover right to Bradford to Domain for an easy 2.
he will take that every day. That was a good play by Bradford to set that up for Domain right there.
Domain has 8 of St. Joe's 10 points so far, so he is definitely their scorer for that team. White for 3, that rims in and out. Rebound goes to Willie and kicks it back out, and they'll reset. Menard for 3, that is a little long off the back rim, and Domain with the rebound.
Deep three gets shut down.
Domain. Sorry. Domain for three, no good. Mundelein corrals the rebound. And with 7 minutes to go, it's 11-10 Mundelein.
You know, everyone likes the threes, but it's really the twos that are the game winners.
Higher percentage shots definitely will help make a difference, but especially in today's game, it's a little guys like, shooting long three-pointers. So actually everyone, men and women.
Yeah.
I guess it's real.
It's the Steph Curry effect.
Yeah, it is. And now I guess this generation, Caitlin Clark for Iowa. As Bradford goes for the layup, which is blocked by Menard.
Kevin Menard getting all ball on that one.
Brother Kevin says respectfully no and shuts down the entire play. Bradford was looking to give St. Joe's the lead there. Did not happen.
Domain inbounds the ball into Bradford. Bradford at the top of the key. Domain fakes the shot, drives in. And the rebound is cleaned up by Grayson Foley. That's his first bucket.
Surprised there wasn't a penalty there on that first play. It looks like there was a bit of a slap to the wrist there to knock that ball away. But
that's certainly what it looked like.
Refs are letting them play. This game has been everything we thought it would be so far. And
Vicente down low.
And the loose ball goes to Bradford. And Bradford right in, beautiful pass into Foley. Foley with a hook shot, no good. It gets tipped around and ends up in Simon Stair's hands for Mundelein.
Kleinwachter had a nice play on defense there to break up that play.
Bowie down to Kleinwachter. Kleinwachter with a reverse layup that's no good. It's going to be tipped, and we'll see who it belongs to. It looks like it's going to be Mundelein.
Grayson Foley really seems to be making his presence felt there on those plays down in the paint. Both him and Ethan Green really are making things difficult for Mundelein underneath the paint, which I'm guessing Mundelein is not used to because they have a lot of height on their team.
It's a good battle for both Mundelein and St. Joe's because they can match up, really. Willie for three, and he banks it in. That's his second made three of the evening. He's got 6 points. Mundelein back up on top by 2. Bradford with the ball now down to Green, and a beautiful drive to the lane, and he scores. He's got 4 points. We got a tie game.
That's good ball movement by St. Joe's.
They did a great job opening up that entire seam that he just slid right into.
Kleinwachter now with the ball, tied at 14 here as we approach 4 minutes to go until halftime. Hands it off to Bowie. Bowie getting hounded by Bradford right now.
Bradford's playing some dog. He wants a penalty there. He does not like the way Tien is throwing him back. He was not
Kobos
a fan of
into Kleinwachter, sorry.
fine.
Bowie with the ball. As it looks like St. Joe's is in a zone, is in a man now. Stair swings it over to Kobos, and Willie for a three that's short. And a little collision there, but the ball's going to go out of bounds, and it's going to go to St. Joe's. Brother Kevin coming back in for Anthony Willie.
Jared Kleinwachter using his former high school running back strength on that last play.
He did take the other guy down.
He did. Nice hard fall on this beautiful Mundelein hard floor.
Yes.
Gorgeous playing surface.
Zimmer with a long three that's short off the side of the rim, and Kobos with the rebound.
Again.
Menard now up the floor to Stair. Stair dribbling with his left hand. And there's going to be an offensive foul called. Offensive foul is going to be on Deacon Jared Kleinwachter. That's going to be his second personal foul. Team 6th.
It's not often you see those offensive fouls in these seminary tournaments.
But here they are, all 6 of them, plus 1 on St. Joe's.
It's just so many.
Bradford has the ball to Zimmerer, and we're going to get another foul call here. Brother Kevin Menard is going to pick up the foul. That's going to be his second, and St. Joe's is going to go to the line. They are now in the bonus.
It would definitely seem that Mundelein has come in with a game plan to try to just bully around St. Joe's a bit more, because there's a strong difference right now in the amount of penalties each one has taken.
These two teams very evenly matched. Their game earlier today was very similar to what you're seeing now.
Zimmer at the line shooting one. The lefty shoots, it's short off the rim, and it looks like it's going to be Mundelein basketball. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. Tied at 14. This has been a pretty defensive struggle here. Kobos with the ball, tries to give it to Stair. Stair gives it back to Bowie. Bowie to Menard. Menard fakes the three. Looking inside again to Kobos. Kobos with a hook shot that's a little long off the rim and no good. Rebound goes to Green. Green up the floor to Domain. And three-pointer by Talbot is no good. And the rebound secured by Mundelein. 1:25 to go.
I don't know about you, Deacon Ryan, but I've been impressed by how clean the passing's been in this game so far. There really hasn't been any bad misses or anything like that by either team.
Yeah, both teams, their passing has been much better. Nice screen by Bowie from Menard, but he hands it off to White. White out to Menard as we're approaching 1 minute to go until halftime. Screen set by Menard. Menard gets open for a three, and he sticks it.
Wow, Kevin Menard.
Absolute buckets right there, and he knew it.
He gives Mundelein the lead, 17-14. Domain for a three. That's short. Rebound goes to Lang, and scramble on the ground goes to Simon. Simon gives it back to Talbot. Talbot back to Simon. And entry pass tried to go into Lang, but it was tipped and recovered by Mundelein as we got 20 seconds on the clock now.
Looks like there's a bit of frustration right now on part of St. Joe's.
Looks like Mundelein's going to hold for the final shot here with 10 seconds to go until halftime. Menard passes it off the Stair down to Kobos, back to Stair. Stair tries to lay it up. It's no good. Domain from half court, and the shot is no good off the back rim.
Really nice look there, though.
And at halftime, Mundelein leads St. Joe's 17-14. We'll come back with some stats and second half action for you coming right up here. This is the semifinal, first semifinal game here at the Mundelein Father O'Malley Invitational.
And we're back. How's everything going, guys?
It's Going well so far. This game has been everything we were hoping it to be and more. Like, this is a physical battle, two very evenly matched teams, if I don't say so myself, and it has just been spectacular to watch.
Excellent, yes. It's been a joy to be calling the game on the PA system. Has it been sounding all right?
I've had these on, so I actually can't hear anything you're saying, but I'm sure you're doing a great job. You've got a wonderful voice for the radio. So.
Oh, the PA does it. My voice all the more here. Oh, we got Deacon Grant over here, joining us from the Diocese of Rockford.
Yes, thank you for having me. You know, I heard a rumor that Taylor Swift was performing the halftime show.
Well, you have been mistaken.
But I think she's on her way to California.
I assure you that's a rumor at best.
To watch Travis Kelce play in the championship game for the NFC.
I think that's more in line.
Or excuse me, the AFC for our viewers out there.
That's right. That's right.
The boys in action. Let's go.
This live stream has become popular amongst the seminary that are here. Yes.
There's just a bunch of great fans here, and they walk by. It's good to be able to have those real interactions. We have a real fan right here, Grant Colburn, turning into an actual journalist with us.
Yeah.
Take him into the booth. Pretty exciting turn of events. Grant, what are your thoughts on the game so far?
Well, I think these two teams are evenly matched. I mean, we saw them earlier today play each other, and it was very much the same song and dance we're seeing right now. A lot of good passing, a lot of good defense, a low-scoring game.
Have you noticed a particular X factor at all? Just like something you're looking out for? Where it's
well, certainly Brother Kevin's threes are daggers.
That's right. I've been making sure to encouraging him, as Father Cartry always has us do, encouraging our brothers.
That's correct, and that's something St. Joe's will have to pay attention to as we get.
Well, and I think that's one of the things that makes Brother Kevin so dangerous is he can hit you with a three, but if you're guarding that, he'll just go right around you for a little jumper. Like
that's correct. That's correct. He's got a lot of power. He can work down low as well as beyond the arc.
But he's got a pretty even matchup with Carter Domain. That's been a fun back and forth to watch between both of those. Like one guy takes a three, Domain takes a three in response. Like it's almost like they're having a conversation on the basketball court just with the way they're throwing down with each other.
Truly an art form.
Another player I would say kind of underrated, flying a little bit under the spotlight, but very important, Michael Bradford. You've seen him a lot on defense, and he's really been making himself felt, I think, out there on the field.
Right, you are. He's been very aggressive on the court, and he has not let Mundelein take a break at all.
Absolutely not.
So we got about 30 seconds left in this halftime report here. And let's talk about Jim Bryant, who has been on the court this game already.
Yeah, Jim Bryant.
He's big.
He's tall. Vicente has also been able to get the ball up there. Not always accurate, but he's going to have a good game tonight. Well, I have to get back to the PA system. We got Rymau returning.
Thank you for being here. Good to spend time with you. All right, we're about to kick off the second half. Final thoughts before the play resumes.
Well, we have yet to see Lee Noel make his appearance on the court this evening. A true triple threat. He can sing, he can dance, and he can act. Now, what that has to do with basketball, I really don't know.
3-pointers.
But
his acting will fake you out.
That remains to be seen.
We're underway.
Underway with some second half action here as Mundelein up 3. Menard has the ball right at the half court circle. Over to Stair.
Mundelein is going to have to clean up those passes, though. That has been a very ugly looking opening sequence.
Bowie going all the way with a right hand on the left side, and it's no good. Stair with a shot. That's no good. Willie reaches up for the rebound and a second chance opportunity for Mundelein here. And Stair misses that shot. Rebound goes to Legaretta. And St. Joe's back on the attack here as Domain drives all the way to the basket. That shot no good. Him and Menard fight for the rebound, and Menard comes out with it.
Very ugly opening sequence there from Mundelein. We'll see if they can clean that up here, because that is not how they wanted to come out. There were some very bad passes that they were lucky to keep their hands on.
Bowie now with the ball as he passes it off to Stair on the wing. Menard setting a screen as Stair goes around to the left side. Puts it back up to the top. That three-pointer is no good by Menard, and the rebound goes to Evan Lang. Domain driving down the basket, down the lane, and he gets the layup to go up and in.
He just punched that right through Tien. He had a block there on him, and Domain just said, absolutely not. It's coming in.
You know, it really looks like the pace has quickened here in the first couple minutes of this second half.
Catch your breath and then be right back at it. They're jumping right out.
Menard being double-teamed as it goes back out to Kleinwachter over to Stair. Willie at the top of the key. Menard fakes the shot. He tries to shoot a three. That bounces in and out. And Domain with the rebound. Domain drives in, looking for a charge from Willie, and he's going to get one. For Domain, that's just his first personal foul. First of the second half for the team. For St. Joe's, Mundelein gets the basketball back up 1.
Now it looks like the Mundelein student section has split itself in two, taking up both corners of the gymnasium.
Little Red Sea action there. I think the more boisterous side went to the defensive zone, trying to get that little home court edge.
Bowie gets a bounce pass to Menard. Menard dribbling with his left hand. He fades away from about 15. That's no good. Tip. And Willie cleans it up. He's got 8 points. Mundelein back up 3.
He was struggling with some of those layups earlier, so seeing him clean that up could be big for Mundelein in the second half.
Domain directing traffic here as he throws a cross-court pass over to Zimmer, down to Pacini. Pacini drives the lane. He lays it up and in. Beautiful layup by Joey Pacini.
Absolutely gorgeous play right there. Very hard to block that. He found the seam, just went straight through it.
Mundelein still holds a slim 1-point lead. 16:40 to go in the second half. And you just have the feeling of this game that it's going to go down maybe to the last shot here. Menard spins, he fades away, shot goes in and out. Stair there for the rebound, goes off the foot of Kleinwachter as he controlled it.
Certainly that kind of back and forth would be fitting for these two teams.
Seesaw battle. Looks like we're taking a break here. Or no, not breaking the action.
Nope, some subs coming in now for Mundelein as Jim Bryant has come in. And Shane Cleathermes has also come in for Mundelein.
Shane,
go ahead.
I was just say Shane from a proud cattle farming family out there in Jefferson City, Missouri area.
Offensive rebound for Domain, a second chance point. He fades away from about 6 feet. That's no good. And Jim Bryant cleans up the rebound. Ball gets knocked away, but he regains possession.
Jim Bryant with the rebound, choosing to wear that long sleeve undershirt. It could get a little sweaty in here if you're wearing one of those.
That's right.
A bold statement, but if you're expecting to get knocked down at any point, protects you from those rug burns.
True. It could provide some extra padding.
Oh, great.
For a situation
dive.
such as that.
Zimmerer ends up picking up the loose ball. Legoretta gets the ball. Domain for 3. That's a little short. It bounces off the front rim, and Bryant again with the rebound.
Domain missing those three-pointers has been a pretty big factor in this game so far. I can understand why he's taking them. They're giving them to him, and if he starts catching some of those, they're going to put up points in a hurry.
He has yet to, and as the ball gets knocked away, and Domain is going to have an easy layup for 2, and St. Joe's is going to retake the lead here.
Those will probably be the easiest points you see all tournament.
12 points now for Domain as Deacon Jeff Filipski takes a timeout for Mundelein as St. Joe's now leads 20-19.
While we take that timeout, we're going to turn to Deacon Grant Colburn and ask him a couple of important questions about diaconate year.
Oh!
What are you looking most forward to in this your final year of school, potentially of your life?
You know, I'm looking forward to just saying goodbye to the seminary. You know, I've been here for 7 years and just going to give thanks during these last 3 months for the time here and say goodbye to the people who have helped me get to this point.
Any classes in particular you're looking forward to?
You know, I'm really looking forward to Confession Practicum. I think that'll be a very practical and life-giving part of our ministry in the future, and just very much looking to hear what Father Duran has to say on that particular sacrament.
For the folks back home, what does confession practice look like? What are we?
Well, I think we practice on each other,
Oh, wow.
if I'm not
Okay.
mistaken.
So does that involve, like, you have fake confessions, basically, is what we're talking about? So, like, priests, when you become a priest, you know exactly kind of what you're dealing with.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
Kind of like a dry run, as they say.
Yes.
It would seem that we have some practical classes happening here at Mundelein to truly prepare our men for the priesthood.
That's correct.
Action getting back going here as Bowie brings the ball up to the front court. Over to Josh White. Josh White gets a screen from Noel. Noel back out, or Josh White back out to Bowie, back to Josh White, and he takes a three, and that's good.
Josh White, ever cool on that shot right there. He approaches almost as if it's a job. You don't see emotion on him when he takes his shots.
Mundelein regains the lead. It's now 22-20 as Bowie tried to knock the ball away from Domain, but it rolls right to Pacini.
Lee Noel, the triple threat himself, has entered the game.
Lang now with the ball on the wing, swings it back out to Legaretta. Legaretta over to Pacini. Pacini swings it across back to Lang. And they're playing a little pitch and catch here for three, and Zimmerer drains that from the corner.
Great setup right there to make that happen. Good ball movement, and got Zimmer completely open. Easy shot, buckets.
St. Joe's back up by one as the ball from the pass by Bowie gets tipped by Legaretta and goes out of bounds. It'll stay Mundelein basketball.
Lee Noel getting the ball here? Yes, he is. Watch out for that guy. He is genuinely holy.
Father Dennis Spies is in the faculty section wearing his famous neon green sweatshirt,
Yes.
which has a visibility radius of 10 miles.
Yes. Definitely stands out. Clay Thurman's with the ball, and he throws a pass right to Pacini, and Pacini tries to go for a layup. It's no good, but the foul.
Absolutely perfect read on that play by Pacini. He was looking for that to happen, saw it through, and made it happen.
Foul's on Josh White. That's going to be his first, and the team's first of the second half, so it's been pretty clean thus far. Pacini at the line for two. Calmly sinks the first free throw, and he's got one more coming.
How do you think Mundelein feels right about now? They're down by, 10 points when they're in this position? Do you think there's pressure on them or more on St. Joe's right now?
You know, really, St. Joe's, I think, has a little bit of pressure because the game's been so close, and there's a miss there, and Zimmer picks up the offensive rebound back to Legaretta.
It's a bad miss by Mundelein not getting the offensive rebound on that play.
Back to Pacini to Domain. And you know what? Mundelein, they did lose. Beautiful pass inside as Legaretta cleans up the field goal. He gets his first bucket. 4-point lead for St. Joe's. Yeah, I was going to say that, Mundelein and St. Joe's, they played earlier this morning. St. Joe's won in overtime. Maybe a little bit of pressure because the game is still close. But Mundelein also looking to kind of pull off an upset here. St. Joe's hasn't lost. This is their second tournament, and they have yet to lose a game.
They're definitely the number one seed here, without a doubt. They are playing some excellent basketball.
Domain with the steal down to Lang, behind the back pass back to Domain, and Domain misses the layup, but Noel is going to get called for the foul.
What a slick play right there.
That is going to be Lee Noel's first foul, and the team's second. Domain will be at the line shooting two. Domain with 12 points already, looking to add on to his total.
Dang.
Drills the first one. More subs come in from Mundelein. Anthony Willie returns as well as Simon Stair.
Pretty much putting out the starting roster right there.
Which means one more headband has entered the game.
That's right. Simon loves those headbands, as I've seen. As Carter Domain drains both free throws, he's now got 14 to lead all scorers. St. Joe's up by 6 here with about 10 minutes to go in the second half. Willie down low to Domain. Domain strips the ball away from Willie, and they're going on the fast break. Right down to Pacini, back to Domain. Easy layup.
They've had a few of those strips now. They're really starting to pick it up on defense and turn him straight into fast breaks that they're cashing in.
Yep, 8-point lead now as St. Joe's starting to slowly stretch out that lead. How is Mundelein going to respond here with 9:42 to go in the second half?
It's like Mundelein's trying to slow things down a bit.
Menard trying to get in rhythm with a 3. That shot is no good off the right side of the iron, and rebound goes to St. Joe's.
They're really going to need to get brother Kevin to start making plays again. Catch on.
Down to Domain, he takes, and we'll see what they call here. It's going to be a foul.
Domain's starting to get beat up. It looks like he's doing okay with it, but he is getting hammered down to the paint a few times now.
Foul's going to be on Deacon Jared Kleinwachter. That's going to be his 3rd personal foul. Now 3 team fouls from Mundelein. We're at 9 minutes to go as Carter Domain back to the line for 2 more.
Yeah, I'm going to be honest with you fellas. I am just now realizing that we are the guests in this here matchup.
How does it feel to be a guest at your own house?
Well, I just figured that we'd be the home team, but I guess that is not the case.
Well, our Mundelein is not the #1 seed. So that would be St. Joe's Abbey because they won all 3 games. Mundelein is actually the 4th seed in the playoffs here.
For our viewers out there, this is an example of how opinions can be changed when you're given new information.
There you go.
Yes.
Constructive ways.
Yeah.
St. Joe's now with their first double-digit lead of this game. They're up 10 as Willie drives to the lane. His hook shot falls short, and Domain pushing the pace now with the rebound. Beautiful pass down into Legoretta. Legoretta kicks it back out into the corner for 3 by Zimmer. That's no good. Ball is tipped out. Legoretta with the rebound. He'll kick it back out to Domain. They'll reset and start all over again.
It's a tough miss. I think the ball went off the top of the backboard right there, and it was not noticed. Mundelein at least was signaling to that effect.
Pacini back out to Lang. Lang's going to set and fire a 3. That's an air ball as Bowie with the rebound.
Pride of San Jose right there. Representing
That's right.
them, California on this team.
That's right, my Dawson brother. Proudly playing for Mundelein Seminary and for the Diocese of San Jose.
Phenomenal diocese. Great weather from what I've heard.
Yes, most of the year, yes. Actually, they're being hit with an atmospheric river, so they're getting a ton of rain.
I don't know if that's good or bad for you.
Speaking of great weather, we have a beautiful campus here at Mundelein, as we know, that has been hindered this weekend by the amount of fog that we've had on campus. So these visitors have really been hindered in experiencing this beautiful campus we have here.
I would go as far as to say, though, it adds its own little enchantment seeing the fog roll across the lake.
You know what? It's like a Scottish morgue out there.
It really is. You're not wrong. We could go into the science behind that, but we've got an interesting game happening right now.
A turnover by St. Joe's, and Mundelein's going to get the possession back as Brother Kevin goes out for Vicente Cobos. 6 minutes to go, and Mundelein down 10, but time is slowly starting to run out here for Mundelein to get back in this game.
They're really starting to enter into crunch time. Cannot afford to make any silly mistakes here. And St. Joe's defense has really been locking in on them. That double team is really getting some of Mundelein's players flustered.
Cobos down low. He tries to take the jumper. Foul is going to be on Joey Pacini. That's going to be his second, team's second, and Vicente Cobos is going to go to the line to shoot 2.
That double team St. Joe's is turning to really seems to be messing with Mundelein. Their players are getting flustered and they're not seeing the open guy and being able to take advantage of it at all.
You can say that again.
Cobos off the front iron on the first free throw. He'll get one more try. Get some more subs coming in for Mundelein. Deacon Jared Kleinwachter coming in, Patrick Truskowski coming in.
You know, I think what we've learned here this evening in this second half is that basketball is a game of adjustments. And especially in the playoffs, that is crucial if you are looking to come out on top at the end of the day.
Definitely. Kobos makes the second free throw. He's got his first point of the night. And it's 32-23 St. Joe's with 4:50 to go in the second half.
One of the other things that will no doubtedly affect the last 5 minutes of this game is there is not a shot clock. So I would imagine if they're St. Joe's, they're going to be looking to play it a little bit slower. And so they can just take as much time off the clock as they can and force Mundelein to come to them.
Foul is on Vicente Kobos. That's his first and team's fourth of the second half. Foul was on the floor, so it'll be an out-of-bounds play for St. Joe's. Domain for three. He was a little flat-footed there, but rebound goes out to Pacini, and they'll reset. Domain drives into the basket. That rolls off the right side of the rim. No good. Mundelein with an opportunity to cut into this lead here.
Vicente doing exactly what he's on the team to do right there. Get those rebounds.
Josh White now passes it back to Kleinwachter. Kleinwachter being hounded by Pacini right now. He gets it to Trukowski. Out to White for three, and he drains it.
That is what we love to see, folks. That sort of commitment to getting the W.
Badly needed three-point shot there. As St. Ben's is going to take a timeout here. They're only up 6 with 3:31 to go in the second half.
That's how you crack the double team right there. You find your open guy, take those threes, and if they're able to get Brother Kevin and Josh White out to do for points out there, that really could turn around the game for them. Because they're going to need those three-pointers in the next 3.5 minutes.
Definitely.
You know, I really do think that if we're going to pull this out, then our entire team needs to commit to these headbands.
I could see that.
I think we should all be wearing them, including the student section.
Do you think that the Mundelein Invitational Golf Tournament should potentially have those as our fundraiser thing?
What I think is instead of giving us free T-shirts, they should be handing out free sweatbands.
Oh. See, this year we got these awesome hats that I'm currently wearing right now to show off for everyone.
Yeah, let's take a look at that. That's beautiful.
I mean, it's beautiful.
There you
That's
go.
St. Mary of the Lake hat right there.
You just love
Gorgeous.
to see it.
Got our, gotta go this way. Seminary crest right there.
Yeah,
Maybe next year, headbands with the crest.
yeah.
It'll be interesting to see what new development comes about for free swag, I guess.
The fun part is none of your announcers here tonight will be able to see it because we are all getting ordained and leaving.
That's right.
You know,
Go ahead.
I'm going to be honest, after 7 years at this seminary, I have committed to never buying one T-shirt for the rest of my life.
That's a smart investment plan right there.
We've just been given so many.
And they're all really nice. Shout out.
Domain now with the ball as he brings it back out to Foley here. Nope, to Lang as we reach 3 minutes now to go in the ball game. St. Joe's up 6, and they're looking to really kind of put this game away as Menard knocks the ball right into the hands of Domain. Domain out to Zimmer. Zimmer a long three. That shot rolls off the rim, no good. Menard with the rebound, down 6.
This is going to be a critical possession here, and it really looks like Mundelein's going to be trying to get a three-pointer. Both Josh and Brother Kevin are lurking on the three-point line.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but it does move to a stopped clock when we get to 2 minutes.
You are correct.
At some point there. Oh, and that is a brutal turn. Oh, double turnover.
Truskowski tries to drop it down low, and there's going to be a kickball on St. Joe's. And with an even 2 minutes to go here, St. Joe's still leads Mundelein 32-26.
Yeah, Truskowski trying to pass it down to the gentle giant himself.
Mundelein got very lucky on that sequence right there, not ending up with the ball back.
Menard for three. That shot is off the back iron, no good. Rebound goes to Domain. And Domain, with 1:45 to go, is going to pull up as he gives it off to Lang.
Mundelein's in a bit of trouble here because they don't have enough fouls to force shots immediately.
Still playing man as the ball goes out of bounds off of Bowie, and it's going to stay with St. Joe's with 1:30 to go.
Now the real question is, what's going to be in your guys' Sunday when we go to the ice cream social later?
I saw an M&M selection there that looked
Well,
really
I did
good.
as well. When I was there for dinner, I was very impressed by what I saw. There was some granola there, some M&Ms.
The granola had me intrigued. I've never really put granola on ice cream, but I can absolutely see why you would.
Now, I did see raisins, and let me tell you, I love raisins,
Not on ice cream.
but not in ice cream.
Foul's going to be on Tien Bowie. I believe that is his first foul. 16 foul now for Mundelein. So St. Joe's in the bonus. Next time Mundelein fouls, it'll be a 1-on-1 situation for St. Joe's.
And I'd imagine that foul is going to be coming very quickly. Yep.
As Bowie commits the foul.
On Pacini. Be sending him to the line.
Pacini's 1 for 1 on free throws tonight, and he has a total of 3 points. Clock is stopped with 1:21 to go. Mundelein down 6.
Keep your eyes on 20 and 30 when Mundelein gets that ball back.
You know, it's really in these moments of the game, fellas, when the men are separated from the boys.
This is very true. And Pacini calmly knocks down the first free throw. He's got one more coming.
That's a huge basket right there because that makes that a 3-possession game. Technical fouls notwithstanding.
Free throw is missed, and White grabs the rebound, and they're down. Mundelein down 7 now, and they quickly get the ball up the floor.
Mundelein in some brutally familiar territory. This is exactly where they were last game before they came back to tie, only to lose in overtime.
As we approach 1 minute to go, a fadeaway 3 by Menard, no good. Rebound goes to Bowie. Back out to Willie, to Menard. Menard trying to dribble to get past. We're under 50 seconds now. Goes down to Willie. That shot is no good. And he escapes the foul. And a travel violation off of a slip by Domain.
You know, that seems to be a problem every year, Mao, in this tournament. This floor gets really slick and slippery, and our players just have a real hard time dealing with that adversity.
That section of floor in particular has been giving every single team that's played here absolute just fits the entire day.
We really need a permanent sweeper in that spot, just constantly sweeping, you know?
I say we use a robot.
Well, if we'd like to talk with all the vocation directors, we know you're tuning in. If you could send us some more seminarians, we could get a permanent sweeper on that spot.
We have robotic lawnmowers.
We should get one of those robotic lawnmowers to just permanently run on that spot.
I agree.
I think the difficulty is that's a lawnmower, not a street sweeper.
3-point attempt is no good by Menard. It was short, but we got a whistle on the play.
Looks like he'll be getting 3 shots right here. I wonder, it's going to be interesting to see if he's going to go for the first 2 and then tries a little trick again where he throws it against the rim and tries to get the rebound immediately.
I believe the foul was on Evan Lang. Menard hits the first free throw. .31 seconds to go in this game. Mundelein down 6. As he drains the second free throw here. One more coming for brother Kevin as it's now a 5-point game here. I'm not sure. Maybe St. Joe's saw what they did last time with brother Kevin potentially missing the free throw, so might not be wise to do it again. We'll see what he does here. And
Regular
brother
shot.
Kevin misses the shot. It gets tipped out of bounds.
Coming out, though.
And it's going to be St. Joe's basketball here with 30.1 remaining in the game.
Yeah, that was a big miss there, fellas. Big miss.
Tien is racking up those penalties right now.
That's his third foul. It's almost necessary now that you foul to stop the clock. I believe that's Bowie's third foul now.
That would be correct, and they've all come in like the last minute of the game, too.
Still a 1-on-1 situation as Domain to the line now. Yes, 6 for 6 from the line, but he misses here.
And they'll just let him have it.
That's a rough miss there for Mundelein. Menard for 3. That's an air ball. Simon Stair with the rebound. Tries to put it back up. No good. And he has to foul Domain.
That is rough. If you're looking to go to the championship, those are the plays you absolutely have to drop down that layup.
That's Simon Stair's third foul, 19th foul for Mundelein, sending Domain back to the line for 1-and-1. He just missed the last free throw. He's 6 out of 7 so far tonight. And off the front rim and in, now 7 for 8 is Carter Domain. He's got 19 points now on the game. That's a game high.
Wow,
he leads all scorers.
This is probably going to be it right here.
Free throw is up and good for Domain. He now has 20.
Absolute dagger by Domain right there through the hearts of Mundelein. I don't know if there's enough time on the clock left for them to come back.
Ball is dropped out of bounds by Bowie as he was the last one to touch it. And with 10.8 to go, it's a 35-28 ball game for St. Joe's. Oh, I guess they're switching their minds. It's going to be Mundelein basketball, actually. Someone from St. Joe's touched it last. Down to Menard for the last 10 seconds of this game. Looking for an open shot here. He forces something up, and I don't know about that call, but with 4.2 to go, they're going to give the foul to Evan Lang, and brother Kevin Menard's going to shoot 3.
Really only going to affect the stats at this point, most likely.
Menard to the line for 3. He's 2 out of 3. His first time, and he sinks 1. He's got 12 points now as he leads Mundelein in the scoring category. Second free throw also good.
Yeah, you have to imagine that fatigue at this point is really a factor for these players. They have been playing basketball all day, at most 3 games.
And that's a violation from brother Kevin. It did not hit the rim, and so
getting cheeky right there, brother Kevin.
35-30, looks like a press, but it's not going to be enough here as St. Joe's will advance to the championship game. The final score, St. Joe's 35, Mundelein 30.
Big congratulations to the boys from Louisiana. Great performance right there. Absolutely great game. That's what we were here for today. Final thoughts on this particular game, Deacon Grant?
Well, actually, I would like to update the viewers on my preference of ice cream.
Oh, please.
For later. I think I'm going to go with the Reese's Peanut Butter Cup. I think it's the move, and that's my final answer.
You really can't go wrong with Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
No, you can't.
Unless you have a peanut allergy. That's pretty much it.
Then it can go very badly very quickly.
But outside of that, I mean, Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
You know what? And I do have a
play.
peanut allergy, but I'm going to gamble it.
That seems a bit risky right there.
Final
For our
score.
viewers out there, I do not have a peanut allergy.
Final score from the first semifinal game, St. Joe's defeats Mundelein 35-30. They advance to the championship game tomorrow at 11:15 a.m. So for those of you that are watching, St. Joe's will get a chance to defend their title. Mundelein will be in the third place game at 10 o'clock.
I just need to go check to make sure. I hope the cover commentary is good.
And we'll take a little break here.
Great.
As we get ready for the last game, as we have the last shot here of this game as the two.
I could use some water before the next game, so.
We got about 5 minutes to do that. And second semifinal game coming up between undefeated Sacred Heart and undefeated Conception. Stay tuned. It's going to be a good one. Welcome back, or welcome into the second semifinal game, matching two undefeated teams here as we have Sacred Heart and Conception. As you see, take a look at the championship bracket here. St. Joe's beat Mundelein 35-30, so the winner of this game will play St. Joe's tomorrow in the championship game. We could see a rematch of last year's championship, or Sacred Heart could come in and, as they are first-time participants, loser will play tomorrow at 10 a.m. against Mundelein Seminary. As the starting lineup for Conception's been announced, we'll go over the starters right now. Colin Thielen will start for Conception along with Eric Wachira, Trevor Fisher, James Sappington, and Gabriel Sappington round out the starting five for Conception. For Sacred Heart, you have Anthony Simon, number 12, 13, Michael Hess, number 16, brother Basil Kirsting, number 18, Jack Jopes, and number 20, Brandon Tabone round out the starting five for Sacred Heart.
I think the big thing you're going to be looking at in this game right now, can Sacred Heart shut down the Sappington brothers? The Conception game plan so far, as far as I can tell, is the Sappington brothers bring it really hard on the paint, and then if that gets stopped, you just cut it right out to Eric Wachira, and he will take it from the rest. So if they can shut that down, but that is an aggressive attack that Conception will be bringing out, and it has been very effective for them so far throughout this tournament. They also appear to have quite the height advantage, at least so far. So that will also be a story we'll be paying very close attention to. Glad to have all of you here with us.
And Sacred Heart's actually one of the higher scoring teams in this tournament. So if scoring's going to come from them, I think it might have to come from outside of the paint.
I'm seeing a lot of 3 points coming up here, boys.
This should be a good one. Two undefeated teams as Conception wins the tip. Sappington all the way to the lane. That shot is no good, followed by his brother James. That's no good, and the rebound goes to Sacred Heart.
Sappington to Sappington. I think we'll be hearing a lot of that.
Kirsting up with the ball. Kirsting dribbles. That three-pointer is shot by Hess, and he drains it.
There's your three-pointers right there. Beautiful shot, great setup. We'll see if Conception can counter that.
Both teams are very good shooting. Like I said, they're two of the higher scoring teams in this tournament so far. Sappington down to his brother, James. James hook shot, good, and he's going to have that all night if he wants it, I'm sure. Sacred Heart will have to find a way to stop him.
That could be a very big ask. I think the bigger thing we're going to be looking at is just going to try to run one team off the ground. You know, they're going to be running a lot of points out here tonight.
I am at a real disadvantage this game, brothers, having never been to either one of these seminaries. Therefore, I am at a loss.
Loose ball to Wachira, down to Thielen. He gets fouled.
I think the bigger thing is we can talk about the glorious areas they're from, though. Conception coming from northwestern Missouri. Beautiful countryside, the land of farms and windmills, against Detroit, Michigan, land of automobiles, and a very good football team.
That is correct. The Detroit Lions making their first appearance in the playoffs in 30 years. They've got to be excited about that.
Great time to live in Michigan for a lot of reasons.
Thielen to the line for two. He misses the first.
Now, I did have the privilege of transporting Sacred Heart to St. Maria de Popolo earlier this morning. They are a glorious bunch.
Offensive rebound by Gabe Sappington, and James Sappington cleans up the mess, and he's got 4 points.
What would you say is kind of the vibe of their team?
You know, they're very joyous, but they're very committed. They know why they're here, and because of that, I think they have a very good advantage today.
Last year's runner-ups, I'm sure they want to take the title home this year. As that shot by Jopes is no good, and there's going to be an offensive foul here.
But to respect their privacy, I will not be swapping any of their sequence while we were on air today.
Seems very healthy of you in your approach to this game and journalistic integrity.
There was a foul called for Sacred Heart, an offensive foul, and the ball will go back to Conception as Gabe Sappington with the shot. No miss, but Fisher is there to clean it up. He's got his first bucket, and Conception leads 6-3.
Really taking advantage of their height right there in this game.
Simon now with the ball. As he gets a screen from Jopes, Simon works his way back up to the top of the key, throws it to Jopes on the wing for 3, and he drains it.
Wow, that was a beautiful setup, perfect execution.
We are tied again at 6 here.
It's fascinating to watch two completely different styles of basketball showdown right here.
Thielen for 3 from the wing. He loves those threes. Offensive rebound by Fisher. And he is going to get fouled here.
I don't see what else Sacred Heart can really do than commit a few fouls down in the paint, because they do not have the height to just be able to shut down the Sappington brothers and the other height that Conception's bringing to the table.
I believe that foul was on brother Basil Kirsting. That's going to be his first. Fisher
Now,
to the line for
Conception
shoot.
is in Missouri, correct?
Correct.
Now, what can you tell us about that state?
Aside from the fact that it is the greatest state in God's Union a lot, Missouri, the thing that comes to mind that I really like is all the different types of food and cultural foods that Missouri has.
Okay.
Between St. Louis and Kansas City and the Ozarks, you can find a lot of great food in Missouri. Toast ravioli, KC-style barbecue, St. Louis-style barbecue. I could go on, but we've got a basketball game to watch. Good place to visit, though.
Fisher drains both free throws as Kirsting tries to lay it up, and it's no good. Rebound goes over to Gabe Sappington.
At one of our Friday night socials a couple months ago, the Missouri boys put on a show.
Glad to do so. Toast ravioli, chicken wings, the whole spread.
Oh, Aaron pass by Thielen goes awry. One of the few mistakes that Conception makes, and that ball will go out of bounds to Sacred Heart.
It's a bad miss right there when you can really take a commanding lead in this game and really put the pressure on Sacred Heart, because they're going to have to make threes if they want to keep up. And if they're missing those threes or really taking them under a lot of pressure, this game could get ugly very quick.
Simon with a floater that goes in. He's got his first bucket of the game, and we're tied again at 8. Wachira to Thielen.
I'm curious to see if they can get Wachira going a little bit more. He was a dynamic powerhouse in their offense in the last games they played, and he's been kind of quiet so far.
That's right, rebound goes to Sacred Heart as Simon calls out a play now.
Down at the far end of the gym, Dr. Patty Pintado is standing, wearing her usual 5 layers of clothing.
Kirsting with a three-pointer is no good. Offensive rebound by Belanger. Back out to Simon as he resets.
Dr. Pintado is an institution here at Mundelein. Got to stay warm in these Chicago
Three-pointer by
winters.
Simon is no good. Out to Thielen. Thielen out to Wachiro. Wachiro, easy layup.
There he is, making his presence felt. He is absolutely dangerous on the fast break.
Wachira with his first bucket of the night. Simon with a fadeaway, no good. Rebound goes to Thielen. And with 13:20 to go in the first half, Conception leads 10-8. Sappington kind of ran with the ball before, but it rolled out to Thielen for 3, and he drills it.
Not missing that. He is absolutely excited to be there for it. Now, while we have a little substitution going on, do we have what order Brother Basil is in? Or is it just unknown religious order?
Unknown religious order, but he is a religious brother, so that much we know.
Shout out to all the religious out there. More than anything else, religious are proof of the fruit coming from families within the church. When you see people joining the religious life, you know things are happening right in a parish community.
We will try to find out at halftime what religious order he's from.
Exciting.
Yeah.
I'll tell you one thing, their beards look great.
They really do.
Bursting into Belanger, who takes a turnaround shot. It's no good, and Gabe Sappington with the rebound.
Sometimes I wonder if people wearing cassocks just wander in here during the tournament.
They do.
Shot by Phillips is no good for Conception as the rebound goes to Simon. Simon with a dribble drive here. Dribbling behind his back now on the wing. Pulls it back out for 3. They'll get their offense set up.
Sacred Heart's got to be feeling the pressure right here.
Ludig with a attempted shot that falls short, and the rebound will go to Conception, up 5. 3-pointer by Thielen, and that is good.
Oh, he is on right now. He is absolutely feeling it.
Second 3-pointer of the game made by Thielen. He's got 6 guys. He loves the wings, especially on that far side of the court. I saw him make 4 of them in the last game. Right, same spot. He knows exactly where he likes to shoot it.
And Detroit is trying to slow this game down, and Conception is just not letting them do that. They are putting their foot on the gas pedal, just bringing it to Sacred Heart as we speak.
Entry pass down to Sappington. Sappington kicks it back out, and a loose ball, but Phillips ends up gathering it up. Wachira now has the ball back into Phillips. Phillips back out of Thielen. Thielen from that spot again, and that's a little long. A rebound goes to Jones. Jones down to Gabe Sappington. He fakes the shot down to Wachira. Wachira, and that rolled around a couple of times. That's no good.
Taking a Sacred Heart bounce right there.
Ludig with the rebound, and he brings the ball up the floor. And a timeout's going to be called by Sacred Heart.
Now, while we're on this timeout, we're going to let Deacon Ryan take a break. Deacon Grant, what's the best part about Rockford? I got to talk about Missouri for a bit. Talk to me about your town.
Yeah, so I'm from the Diocese of Rockford, the great western diocese of the state of Illinois. And, you know, I just think one of the best things about our diocese geographically is, you know, it's really split down the middle, with the west being very rural, a lot of farms, a lot of cows, a lot of corn, and the east is the suburbs of Chicago.
Oh.
So you really do get the best of both worlds. If you love the city, we've certainly got that, and if you just love bales of hay and acres upon acres of maize, we've got that too.
So what I'm hearing is, if you've got a vocation, you're looking for options. Rockford's not a bad choice.
Rockford's the place to go.
It's a good place from what I've heard. Great people. Jefferson
people.
City is also a great diocese,
Yes.
as are every other one that sends to Mundelein, but that's neither
correct.
here nor there.
Now these two teams today could represent a potential Super Bowl matchup. If the Lions win tomorrow and the Chiefs win tomorrow.
I hadn't even thought of that, but you're really right.
Well, this is what the third commentator does. We sit here, we observe, and we connect dots that the other two commentators don't notice.
And that is the dot that needed to be connected.
Kirsting with the ball, thrown over to Tabone, and Tabone, I think he stepped out of bounds, and that ball's going to go right back to Conception.
We also need to get from Brother Basil how high his hops are, because that dude just took a 3-pointer, and I think he went into the lower exosphere right there. That dude can jump.
You can tell Brother Basil is a pretty good basketball player. Don't know where he learned, but it would be good to see Thielen from the wing for another 3. That one's a little long off the rim, and Simon with the rebound. Down 8.
It is fascinating to see the competing styles go head-to-head here. Sacred Heart is trying to slow this game down, and
Tabone for 3 off the back rim, no good. Kirsting flew in for the rebound. I think he got hit on the face a little bit there.
Whatever it was.
There's going to be a foul on Conception.
You can't do that, apparently, in the game of basketball, and it makes sense.
Here comes a set play from Sacred Heart as they all break out. Oh, he tried to dump it down low, but luckily Simon was there to pick the ball up in the backcourt.
Kind of worked somehow.
Simon dribbling, and he's going to get fouled before the shot.
Will they go to the same set? Oh, no, they're sending him to the line. Okay. Oh, no, they're inbounding the ball.
Go ahead.
Wonder if they'll run the same set play here, Ryan.
No, a little different this time as the ball gets thrown into Mattingly. Mattingly down to Ludig. Ludig to Kirsting. Kirsting driving with the right hand. As he puts the shot up, it goes off the rim, no good.
Ooh, very, very physical drive there.
Brother Basil really just taking it to the rim.
Yeah.
James Sappington now in the post as he lays it up. No good, but there's a foul on the play.
I would love to see Brother Basil's combine numbers. His vertical's got to be wild.
Brendan Tabone with his first personal foul. That's the 4th team foul as James Sappington's going to go to the line for 2.
Fun fact about James Sappington, one of 4 boys in his family.
Oh.
His older brother Paul is already a priest.
Oh.
And his younger brother Gabriel is also in seminary with them.
Oh my goodness.
And their oldest brother already has a child. So happy Catholic marriage and just
Wow.
powerhouse family right there.
I want to
Shout
meet
out
those
to
parents.
the Sappingtons. Raising your kids well.
There was, I don't know if you remember, but the FSSP seminary, Deacon Grant,
Oh.
where I don't remember the I-card or something like that, but
With the triplets.
with the triplets, yeah.
Yeah.
The twins plus the younger brother, family of 10 kids. 5 of the boys were either priests or being in seminary to be priests. 3 of the girls were religious sisters, and the other 2 sisters were married with kids.
Oh my
That
goodness.
Has got to be some proud parents right there.
You'd love to see it.
We love to see this basketball happening right here.
Back now as Wachira has the ball up 10, 18-8.
Conception is really pouring it on right now. This might be the quickest jump out to 20 points we have seen all game.
James Sappington spins that in. He's got 7, and now a 12-point lead for Conception.
It's just one of those things like, who are you going to guard? Because they have so many threats coming at you from so many different angles.
Like I said at the beginning of the game, I think Sacred Heart might have to rely a little bit on their outside shooting here. They're one of the highest scoring teams in the tournament so far, but they are in some early trouble here, trying to score 2 points. We'll see how it turns out here. They're a pretty good moving team from what I've seen. Ball goes out to Hess. Hess back out to Galvis. Galvis holds the ball high above his head as he dribbles. Tries to lose Wachira. Tabone in as he shoots. That's also no good as James Sappington with the rebound to Wachira.
Conception zone defense is working like a charm so far. Kind of wonder why Sacred Heart hasn't called a timeout to rethink their attack on Conception's defense to try to crack it.
Fisher for a long 3, and he drills it.
Beautiful line out there.
23-8 now. Conception leads. Under 6 minutes to go here, and Sacred Heart in a little bit of a scoring drought here. They're trying to get back. As Simon with a miss there.
I would call this a little bit more than just a little scoring drought right now. This is getting ugly pretty quick.
It is, and
Wachira with the ball as he puts it to the top of the key with Sappington. Sappington misses the jumper between the legs for Fisher as he gets the ball back. And there's going to be a deflection, and it's going to stay with Conception as we're 5:20 to go.
Phenomenal defense by Simon right there, number 12 on Sacred Heart. Sappington had an easy layup right there, and he absolutely slammed that door shut and said, absolutely not. Shout out to our sweeper right there, Brother Mateusz, keeping our court clean. It's the little people that make tournaments like this run.
Oh, easy inbounds pass to Gabe Sappington, and he makes his first basket of the game.
And it looked like Sacred Heart jumped the gun there a little bit on that last play.
I think they tried to take the ball out of bounds without taking the ball out of bounds. Another opportunity for Conception as there's no shot. Fouls on the floor. Gabe Sappington is fouled.
While they're setting up this play, I want to give another shout out. Ryan Newray, our audiovisual director, please say a prayer for him. He's doing a great job helping you bring this presentation and this entire broadcast.
And there's an offensive foul before the ball goes into play on Trevor Fisher. That's going to be his first, team's third. And I wonder where Ryan Newray is from, Deacon Grant. Do you have an idea?
You know what? I'll get back to you on that one.
Okay.
He might be from Rockford.
Okay. We'll find out at halftime.
I heard some excellent people come from that diocese.
Hess now with the ball as he cross-courts it over to Ludig. Ludig drives. It's going to be a foul on Gabe Sappington.
See if they can snap this scoring drought they have going on.
Yeah, and as the game gets away from Sacred Heart here, the temperature seems to be dropping in the gym, which means Dr. Pintado might want to think about taking off one of her layers.
Ludig with
or
the first
putting on a
free
second
throw is good. He's got one more at the line. (25-9) now. Sacred Heart down 16. Second one off the right side of the rim, no good, and the rebound will go to Conception.
Conception really looks like they can just take their time and pick out whatever they want.
As Wachiro with a three off the front rim, no good. Offensive rebound as he goes right back in with a layup, no good. And Sappington there to clean it up.
They're just storming these shots home and taking absolute advantage of their height. It's almost bullying at this point. It's rough.
Yes, a lot of the game is being played closer to the hoop in this game than in the last one.
Conception.
There was a lot of game going on beyond the arc.
Jobs had a rebound attempt, but it was just off, and Conception with the rebound as Wachira passes it down to Sappington, and he drills the hook shot +1.
Might have to go back to the record books. This might be biggest first half we've had in a playoff game in the history of this tournament.
That's right, yeah.
A lot of points per minute right here for Conception.
I believe the foul was on 18, Jack Jobs. That's going to be his first personal, team 6th. Sappington looked to clean up the three-point play here. And it's a little off to the right, and it's going to be out of bounds to Sacred Heart. 1:59 to go in the first half. Conception leads 27-9. Kirsting for three, and they needed that badly as he hits his first field goal of the evening.
Brother Basil absolutely showing up for his team right there, giving them a big win. See if they can rally off of that.
Jones now into the game for Conception as he gives it to Thielen, back out to Gabe Sappington, out to Wachira. Back out to Thielen. Back out to Gabe Sappington now as he gives it back to Thielen for three, and that's in and out as Sappington grabs the rebound. Wachira takes a step in. He's going to shoot again, long off the rim. Another rebound for Conception. Wachira again launches from three, no good. Another rebound by Sappington.
Sacred Heart has absolutely no answers. No answers
down to
whatsoever
Jones.
to them.
Jones down to the floor of the ball, and it's going to be a jump ball situation here.
And a wrestling match is broken out here, it would seem, at our basketball tournament.
And with 1 minute to go, possession arrow favors Sacred Heart as they will get the ball. Down 17. Hopefully they can cut the lead down by about 3 or 4. If they can get 2 good possessions out of this coming out.
It really seems like the spirit of the Detroit Lions has made its way to Mundelein.
They aren't that far away.
They got that Dan Campbell vibes.
Tabone with a high arcing shot, and he drains it.
The threes are starting to come alive. That is absolutely what Sacred Heart needs if they're going to want to make a run here.
29-14 now with 35 seconds to go. And Wachira just goes by Sappington, and Sappington hits the three. Trevor Fisher, actually, excuse me, that's his second three of the game. He now has 10 points. And ball gets lost by Hess over to Wachira, and he's going to get fouled here with 13.1 remaining in the first half.
Look at that quality sweeping right there by Brother Mateusz. Coming out right there, taking care of any any moisture whatsoever on that floor, making sure we have the best possible playing surface here.
Yes, it has been raining most of the day.
We'll talk about the weather in Chicago in a second, though, before we go to break.
Last chance here for Wachira. He takes a step back three that's off the left side of the rim. No good. Kirsten with the ball, and he's going to run out of time as the first half comes to an end. Conception with a strong first half. They lead 32-14.
I would go as far as call that dominating. All right, well, if you want to stick around, Deacon Grant and I might talk about a little bit more about the Diocese of Rockford and other things. Deacon Grant.
It's a great first half by both teams.
Excellent first half. Tell me a little bit about being a deacon. What's your favorite part of it?
You know, I would say my favorite part about being a deacon has been the baptisms that I've been able to do. You know, preaching is great, you know, conveying the word of God to the people, but ministering the sacraments, you know, that's the prayer of the church there. And so it's something special to be saying those words and to be bringing others into the faith and just to see those seeds being planted.
I would imagine that's pretty special, especially like when you actually get to pour the water at it, because it's a pretty long process to actually baptize someone. Like, it's an involved ceremony.
And let me tell you something else. The smell of the oil.
Oh, yeah.
That is something special. Now, I will have that smell on my hands for the rest of the day when I have a baptism in the morning. And yeah, I will rarely wash my hands.
It's an interesting tidbit to know right there. Where does that oil come from? Is that something like, can you just like buy that at a store? Can I go to my local Catholic dealership type deal, or?
Great question. Thank you for asking it. That is oil that has been blessed, especially by the bishop at what we call the Chrism Mass, which takes place traditionally on Holy Thursday morning. Some dioceses will do it the Tuesday before, but traditionally Holy Thursday morning.
Now, are you trying to show like a connection between the priest and the bishop there by making sure the bishop has blessed that oil? Is that part of that, or?
Yes, yes. Because all roads lead back to the bishop.
Okay, so unity, important thing then.
Yes.
Very good to know. Any other tidbits, little things about being a deacon that just, you know, like, that's special?
Well, you know, the transitional diaconate is unique in the sense that it's all moving towards this end goal of priesthood. And so we keep that in mind, especially in the classroom, as we're moving towards the end of our time here in seminary, just mindful that all roads lead to the altar. And so the transitional deacon really has that in mind as he wraps up his final months at the seminary.
Amen to that, brother. Okay, we have a special guest on here right now. This is Deacon Colin Patrick. Deacon Colin put together this entire tournament. I don't even want to know the amount of time that he put into this. So first of all, say a prayer for him if you're enjoying this, because he's a great guy.
Yes.
Deacon, tell us a little bit about the tournament, kind of what all went into it, your thoughts on it. Is this what you were expecting? What's yours?
Well, I just start off by saying that the tournament had been around long before me. Obviously, it's a Father Pat O'Malley tournament. So, the name Patrick caught my ear. My confirmation saying to St. Patrick, and so just in the spirit of other Patricks, with my last name being Patrick, I thought, well, let's carry this torch forward. But Father Pat O'Malley was big on athletics and different things for the men here at Mundelein Seminary back in the late 90s, early 2000s, and just human formation and how important that is to our formation as future priests. So.
That is beautiful. Okay, I'm going to out the deacon right here. He's one of the holiest people I know. Can you give us a nugget of wisdom for the folks back home? Just quick thought, anything.
Well, this year's motto for the tournament was praise Jesus, love neighbor, and play hard. So I think if we do all those things in that order, you're going to find happiness in life. So this tournament, what many people may not see from the TV cameras here, This isn't actually the main part of the tournament. The main part is what happens in our Immaculate Conception Chapel with Mass every day. And today we had the Lord and the Blessed Sacrament up on the altar all day. Maybe y'all were talking about that before I jumped on the air here, but that's first and foremost is bringing our praise, everything to the altar, as Deacon Grant said. And that's what unifies all of us, despite our different uniforms and jerseys that folks are wearing.
That common Eucharist.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Any other final thoughts before we kick off the final half of the last game tonight?
Well, just one final thought. Like, this is a big team effort for all the people. So yeah, it might be the coordinator, but I couldn't do it without my brothers, without you, Greg, and without Grant. So thank you for everyone that pitched in to make this a good event. And yeah, thanks for having me.
Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Glad to have you on here.
That was Deacon Colin Patrick from the Diocese of Atlanta.
Sacred Heart, 14 points on the board.
Absolutely legendary guy there. We're about to be right back on, coming live with the last half of the game. Sacred Heart will have the ball here, and Holy Deacon Ryan Mao will be rejoining us for the play-by-play in 1 second. We know how much all of you have missed him back home.
Now, I really do think Sacred Heart has a couple options to get back into this game. Chief among them, they could hire the Looney Tunes to come out here and help them. I have seen that strategy work in the past.
Do you think they've also considered scoring more points than the other team as
Well,
a potential strategy?
I'd prefer to see Daffy Duck out here, but
Okay, fair enough. If they get MJ dunking from the half court, I think they've got a good chance. I'm still a little bit salty about that in the movie, Space Jam, because he was ripped off a point there. That was clearly a 3-point dunk on that play, and they only gave him 2 for it. However, we're going to go back live with George Sappington taking some free shots right here. Ryan Mao, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Gabe Sappington to the line, shooting 2 here. He's got 6 points. His first trip to the line tonight, and misses the first free throw. I was just speaking with one Deacon Stephen Caraher from Sacred Heart Seminary.
Oh, our old PT2 classmate.
That is correct, and his nickname is the Diesel.
Oh.
He represents, like he's Shaq on the basketball floor. He also plays basketball.
Yes, yes.
And he's now, him and Deacon Zach Glick, both from the Diocese of Gary, Indiana, watching tonight from Detroit.
Well, shout out to them.
As well as the contingent of seminarians from Sacred Heart Seminary.
Shout out to the seminarians from Sacred Heart. Glad to have you all on here.
Ball is knocked out of bounds, and it's going to stay with Sacred Heart.
Gary has got to be one of my favorite city names in America.
Yes, indeed.
Just, it's Gary. You can be friends with that guy.
Yeah, exactly. And you cannot get up once you go down with the basketball, and Thielen commits a travel violation. Ball will go back to Sacred Heart. 33-14 Conception.
Going back to our conversation about the Looney Tunes, if you could get one of them out here right now, which one do you think would help Sacred Heart the most in this situation?
Ball is blocked. Sorry, go ahead.
Please, you're doing something more important. I was just going to say, I'm guessing Michael Jordan is not allowed.
Oh, no.
Wachiro with a straightaway 3 that's no good, but the rebound goes back to Conception as James Sappington cleans it up. And he now is in double digits with 10 points.
They need to come up with an answer for that right quick. As for my own answer, I'm thinking Bugs Bunny.
Bugs Bunny is a good option. I would also go with Speedy Gonzalez.
Oh, he's got wheels. I heard he's good at fast breaks.
Yes, his stamina and agility is unmatched.
Tabone for 3 from the corner, which is no good. And the rebound goes out to Thielen for 3, and he drills another one.
He is absolutely on. He might be the most dangerous person on that court when he gets that section right there.
He's a dangerous wing player. That's where he's made a lot of his points throughout this tournament.
How many threes does he have on today's game?
Well, he's 3 for 3 as far as I can tell, so he's got 9 points. All of his points been coming from beyond the 3-point line. As Simon now gives the ball over to Jobs. Jobs tries to take a shot. I think it was blocked or a pass. There's going to be a foul before they can break out. Foul's going to be on Jack Jobs. That's going to be his third personal foul, and that's going to be the team's second.
I do hope the boys in Detroit watching from Sacred Heart Seminar are enjoying some good slices of Detroit-style pizza right now. I've heard that stuff is absolutely delicious.
Yes, last night we had Lou Malnati's.
Oh, tell me more about that.
The famous Chicago pizza, a tradition here at the Mundelein basketball tournament.
An institution, some might say. Oh, Sacred Heart moving it out.
Bellinger with a air ball, but a nice rebound fighting for the ball is Tabone, and he puts it back in.
Tabone did a great job cleaning that up right there. That's what Sacred Heart has been needing to do all evening. Take care of those rebounds, score points off of them. Those have been hard to find, and it's great to see Tabone take care of that right there.
There's been a lot of offensive rebounds, too, tonight for Conception. A lot of second and third chances, really. Sappington takes a 8-foot jumper, and it's no good. Rebound goes to Bellinger, and Kirsting now with the ball.
For those of you at home, if we're struggling with any of the last names, all I can tell you is this much. I am, in fact, dyslexic, so I struggle a little bit with those. We are doing our best. I do apologize to any of you if I have absolutely butchered a last name, though.
But you can see shapes.
Sure. All right, Sacred Heart, we're seeing if they can get a little bit of a rally going right here. We're going to be joined by a new broadcaster right here, a new announcer, Terry Marmion. You can unmute yourself in 1 second.
Not only a new announcer,
I'll do it for
a
you.
new play-by-play announcer.
Hello, my name is Terry Marmion from the Diocese of Belleville, and we're ready for some play. So Conception's been playing really good. We got Hot Shot right there at the Sherman. I have nicknames for all these guys already.
You have the names right here.
I have nicknames.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm not
No.
Okay.
Well, number 10 is named Hot Shot because he just shoots. Ooh, nice shot, nice block by Gabriel. I only use first names.
Gabriel, I believe that's Gabriel Sappington.
Sappington, nice.
He forms a trio with his brother James, and then
Oh, they're brothers.
Eric Wachira. It's just a devastating offensive trio that Conception has been absolutely pounding Sacred Heart with.
Well, Sacred Heart really does not have much height, too, which I think is a true struggle in this game. But they can shoot. They are streaky shooters.
I think the difficult part really here, and what we've been watching, is Sacred Heart has struggled to get the
Beautiful
three-point
pass.
game going.
What a pass down low.
To Brendan, to Boney.
It is exciting to watch Sacred Heart getting some points on the paint. They seem to be kind of doing a nice job opening up Conception. I don't know if Conception's getting a little bit tired, but we're seeing some more movement down there on the paint by Sacred Heart.
They really play 6 guys, like who are their main guys. But hey, nice basket by Daniel Phillips. Great shot. And Sacred Heart's taking their time. Longer than Father de Gaulle homily, as I usually say. Oh, sorry. And we got my boy Anthony. He's just running around like a chicken with his head cut off. Oh, perfect pass to number 10. But
Eric Wachira coming out with the ball.
I'm telling you, his nickname is Fast and Furious.
I mean, his fast break ability might be the best here.
Yes, he plays the game at 110 miles per hour.
And he is dangerous at every one of those miles an hour.
James with another attempt. Another basket by James. James now has 10 points for the game.
So, while Sacred Heart outbounds the ball right here and goes on the offense, we're going to have a very special guest coming on to talk to all of you. Father, would you like to have a seat and introduce yourself? The mic is
absolutely,
right
absolutely. Hey, thanks for having me on. This is Father Pete Pompicello. I'm with the United States Army. I'm a recruiter for the Army. And you can follow me at fr.UncleSam on Instagram. fr.UncleSam on Instagram. And we can, there we go. There we go. We see each other. Hey, look at that.
Look at that. Look at that.
Yeah, so, yeah, we're here. I'm here with Father Dave Hammond, and Father Oscar's here with the Air Force. And we just, we want to make the seminarians aware that you can make an additional gift of yourself and the priesthood as a priest, as an Army chaplain.
Beautiful.
And it's very necessary, because without chaplains in the Army, without priests in the Army, there's no sacraments for the soldiers, the sailors, and the airmen that are overseas, especially in harm's way, and even at home, they need the support.
So what's been the best experience you've had overall in serving in the Army? Like, what's just like, tell them, because I know Sacred Heart Seminary is actually watching. Shout out to Detroit. Hopefully enjoying some good pizza.
Rock City.
Oh, yeah.
So I would say, the first thing that comes to mind, what a beautiful way in which we serve, in that I get to say Mass for a family, right? On post, there's the mother, the father, and the kids, right? And let's say that the father's the soldier. Then I deploy, and I'm saying Mass with the father, who's the soldier, overseas and in harm's way, and then I get home, maybe before him, and it's the mother and the kids, and then the father comes back. So this back and forth of the Army family being together at home and abroad, deployed, it's a spectacular and a very special ministry.
One of the things I've noticed just from talking with people in the service, it does seem like there's a special type of family that exists within the military that's just its own beautiful existence. Can you speak to that a little bit more?
Yeah, no, 100%. It's all about shared hardship. When shared hardship forges bonds with people, and they understand what it is to have the uncertainty of whether or not knowing that mom or dad is going to deploy or go away for training for an extended period of time, and everybody kind of gets it. And it's not unlike seminary. I mean, you're foreign bombs in seminary because you're sharing the hardship of study and time away from home, and there's a type of hardship even in that kind of situation, and that's what forms the bonds. Hopefully, as classmates, and you stay close together in those bonds.
Yeah, having that unique conformity to Christ through the sufferings
totally.
Going through right. That must be really special, just being with them in those.
100%. I love the fact that I'm, in a certain sense, I mean, I'm as much of a soldier as they are. I don't pull a trigger, but I'm there for them, for their spiritual welfare, and I also do soldier things. I get to jump out of airplanes. I get to check their parachutes. I get to land helicopters. I have the qualifications to do the fun stuff that then becomes a beginning of talking about ministry and an entree to ministry.
So what's the coolest, quote-unquote, fun thing you've done that in your time as a chaplain?
The first thing that's going to come to mind, I guess, is, all right, here we go, especially for seminarians and priests to hear this one. It was Holy Thursday. Holy Thursday, we're out in the field, and I had to get back for Holy Thursday, celebrations. And my operations officer begged me. He said, listen, please don't go. Can you land the helicopters that are coming inbound this morning? I'm like, it's Holy Thursday. I got to get out of here. He said, just land the helicopters. I'll get somebody to take them off later. But if you land them, you can even get on them to get out of here early. I'm like, all right, fine. I'll land the helicopters. So I pick a spot. I do all the work, the preparations. And I'm out there, and the last thing, as the helicopters are inbound, I pull a smoke grenade, right? I pull the pin on a smoke grenade. I roll the smoke grenade out there, and the helicopters see the smoke signal. They land. I get on. I pass the torch. I give the radio to the next guy. I'm like, I'm out of here. It's Holy Thursday. I got to go. So throw that smoke grenade. I'm on the helicopter. Go home. I shower. I change. I'm in clerics. I'm in a cope. At the end of the Mass, to do the altar of reposition on Holy Thursday.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And I've got the incense in my hands, and I'm swinging the smoke. And I'm swinging the smoke, and I can't believe it that it's like, wait a minute. I was just playing with smoke grenades, and here I am swinging the smoke of the thurible, and here we are. Dave Hammond ran away. Now, what's Father Dave Hammond? What's going on?
I don't know.
I don't understand this. I wanted to give the Navy their peace. He's an alumni. You got to hear from this guy.
I think they said they're going to take him on tomorrow. For those of you at home, we're talking right now with
Father Pete Pomposello.
Father Pete Pomposello, he is a priest for the Archdiocese of Military Services, originally from New York.
Archdiocese in New York, yeah.
Your accent does not give it away.
No, not at all.
Worry.
Not even a little bit.
So we are talking with Detroit right now. What would you say comparison pizza styles? Which one are you going with, given the option?
Now, let's see. I don't know a pizza style for Detroit. I would say that Chicago pizza, though, rivals St. Louis pizza with Emo's pizza. It's a whole different style, but I struggle with that. Got the thin crust thing going on. You got the thick crust. It's tough.
I'm going to be completely honest with you. I'm from Missouri, and I believe Emo's pizza is God's gift to humanity.
See now, all right. Now we're kind of talking the same language.
Exactly. I like all kinds of different types of pizza, but I do know Detroit has their own special style.
They do? What is it?
Rectangular cuts, from what I understand.
I
don't know if they can throw anything on the chat that makes it different aside from that, but I have heard it's very good.
All right. No, I'm not familiar with it.
In case anyone's wondering, no, I'm not particularly hungry. We had a great dinner here. I just like good food.
I am looking forward to ice cream, though.
That is true. We do have an ice cream social later tonight.
I'm ready for that. Totally ready.
All right, do you want to try your luck at calling any of the game?
Let's see.
Let's see what we can do. We got names right here, so you can get those down.
All right, let me see what we can do. Oh, man, I don't know if I'm prepared for this. Here we go.
Oh, no, I think you're going to do great.
Right,
Deacon Grant, join us at any point you want. Okay. So that's one of the Sappington brothers right there, dropping it off to Eric Wichira, working around the three-point line, working to make it into the middle. Drops a three.
Sacred Heart suffering still from quite the deficit here.
They're just, I think it's really difficult for them. Again, it's hard when you have a team that's big that can still shoot threes. Unfortunately, they seem to have run to the exact worst team for them because they were absolutely putting up big numbers earlier on in this tournament and doing a great job of it. How often, Father, when you guys have rec leagues and stuff like that, is that common in the Army too? Is there you guys like no sports?
We'll have what's called an org day, and we'll get everybody together and like a field day kind of thing.
Big and one right there for James Sappington. Hammering that ball home. Always fun to be able to call those.
Sacred Heart suffering from that size like you were talking about, Gregory.
It is.
They really are, and Conception came in with an excellent game plan and is absolutely taking advantage of it. They know what they're good at, and that looks like that might be our matchup, a little Northwest Missouri versus Detroit type deal.
All right, so here's the thing. The paratrooper has landed. And now the Navy's coming in on the beach.
The Navy's coming in on the beach?
Navy's coming in on the beach, so I'm going to get Father Dave Hammond in here.
So what would you do before you leave if I just gave you a little go Navy beat Army right here?
Well, I'll keep my hands off you because I'm a gentleman, but other than that.
Point to the scoreboard.
There we go.
It's a good year for y'all.
FR.Uncle Sam. Father Uncle Sam on Instagram. Make sure you follow us so my boss knows I'm doing my job.
Pray for vocations to the military archdiocese because they do truly need more priests.
Please. I'm going to get the Navy in here right now.
All right. Thank you so much for being on. Conception continues to aggressively use both the point and the paint to put some plays down right here. Absolutely relentless on their part. They are not giving Detroit a chance or a second of breathing room. And they are keeping their starters out in spite of the fact that they more have doubled their lead. You can tell it's the playoffs right here. No chances.
Approaching the final 2 minutes, in which we will switch from a running clock to a stopped clock.
Conception's crowd starting to get loud. Shout out to Conception. They drove, I believe, 8 hours to be here with us. And not just the players, their whole seminary did. They only have, this is one of the wildest facts you'll ever see. They only have like 25 guys.
Yes.
And they're going off in this tournament.
2-minute warning.
All right, we're going to have another special guest on here. Father, would you like to introduce yourself? That is a really cool outfit you have on.
Well, thank you.
You're
my name's
welcome.
Father David Hammond. I'm a priest of the Diocese of Albany and a chaplain in the Navy.
Congratulations, wonderful. Would you like to speak to that at all? So we were just talking with Father Pompello, I believe it was. And he's an Army chaplain. You're the Navy version of that.
That's right. Yeah, so I'm actually an alumnus of Mundelein, class of 2010.
Oh, fantastic.
So I worked at the first aid table over there for a couple
Praise
rounds
God.
of this tournament. But it's good to be back. I've been in the Navy 10 years and spent 6 of those years in Japan. So,
wow.
you know, the saying is, join the Navy, see the world.
You saw the world.
I saw the world. So it's been a great adventure, missionary work. As I said at the dinner, you know, the military is the world's largest youth group. So we do a lot of ministry to a very unique population with some unique needs. And, you know, there's a lot of vocations. It's a rich harvest. But it's been a privilege to do that for the past 10 years.
So this has been a question I've been repeating, but it's kind of cool just to hear the stories from various military armed forces. What has been the coolest experience for you being a military chaplain?
Well, I think oftentimes the answer is tied to Mass. You know, one of the great experiences I had of offering Mass was with, I was a chaplain for an infantry battalion out in Hawaii, 1st Battalion, 3rd Marine Regiment, and it was Easter Sunday. And I was doing visits. They were doing active training, so I was out visiting different locations, offering Mass. And the last Mass I did was at 9 o'clock at night to a group of Marines who were doing night operations, so one of the companies there.
That is cool.
So I showed up with my, you know, it's a Joint Light Tactical Vehicle, so it's about $250,000, you know, chauffeur drive, which is pretty awesome.
Cheap ride.
Yep. And then, so I said, good evening, Marines. This is your friendly neighborhood chaplain visiting to wish you a happy Easter. And I'll be setting up Mass to offer shortly.
Praise God.
So so we had Mass in the rain Easter Sunday night, and that was a highlight for me.
That is so cool. That's something I've noticed a lot of the different military chaplains talk about. Just being able to do Mass with the troops is kind of like, there's something special about it. Got some noise being made by the crowd right here.
Right.
Last push in the game. Continue. Can you speak at all to the importance of vocation specifically to the military archdiocese? I know we have some seminaries watching here, and just speak to that.
Well, I can speak for the Navy that we have 43 priests serving an active duty, and that's serving the Navy, Marine Corps, and Coast Guard, which is about a 580,000 person population.
I was going to say, if my math is proper, and if I remember right, we have more than 43 ships in our Navy, which would seem that in lieu of bilocation, you don't really have a chance to have even a chaplain per ship there, which
and that's
not a good ratio.
That's right. So the challenge is, you know, when I joined the Navy and my bishop was supportive, you know, a lot of brother priests thought I was leaving the diocese, and there was some tension. You know, why are we letting this guy go? Because we were closing parishes at that time, and you know, it's hard to bring it up, but you know, God forbid a parish close, most people could drive 20 minutes to find the sacraments to go to Mass. Whereas if you are on a ship in the Pacific or you're deployed to Afghanistan and there's no priest there, you don't have the freedom to travel to receive the sacraments. So it's some of that perspective of military service, military life that's important when we talk about the desperate need that you know, those who are serving our country don't have the same freedom to do that travel that most of us can take for granted sometimes.
So, as the clock winds down on this game leading up to the final match, looks like we will end up with Conception versus St. Joe's Abbey. One final question. If I'm a guy, let's say they're out there, I think boats are kind of cool. Be cool to be able to drive an aircraft carrier. Oh, okay. Well, we will save that question for tomorrow because we are wrapping up today. We'll talk about driving aircraft carriers later. Thank you all so much for coming onto your broadcast. Conception's going to round this one out with a 48-22 win over Sacred Heart. We want to thank all of you for being a part of our broadcast today. Please continue to remember to pray for vocations, pray for us, for the military diocese, pray for the good of our seminary. Thank you all so much for being with us. Final thoughts, Deacon Grant?
We have 2 great games lined up for tomorrow.
And I heard we're going to have quite the announcing crew.
We are. We're going to have our A-team here.
team here, Deacon Grant Colburn, and we're going to give the last word to the Deacon Ryan Mao.
All right, well, convincing win for Conception. They're back in the championship game. They get a rematch against St. Joseph's Abbey, and I think this time they're going to look to try to complete what was an amazing game last year. I think the final score is 85-78, St. Joseph's.
Holy cow.
Yeah, it will be interesting to see what adjustments these two teams make before facing off against each other tomorrow.
Definitely, and there's definitely some history as you see the bracket updated now. Championship game tomorrow will be St. Joseph's Abbey and Conception, so the top two seeds. And then Mundelein and Sacred Heart will be in the third place game at 10 o'clock.
Should be a phenomenal battle. We look forward to having all of you here with us.